Hey everyone, it is Alex with Waterfed Wednesday. If you see that we have that 30-second intro, that means we got a jam-packed Waterfed Wednesday for you. Today it's episode 37, Why Solar Cleaning Safety Matters, and we have our very special guest, Steve Williams. It's just a little introduction to Steve. Steve has been a key advocate for safety and education in the solar panel cleaning industry and is also the driving force behind the International Solar Cleaning Academy and the Solar Panel Cleaning Convention. Welcome aboard, Steve.
Hello, Alex. Good to see you again. Thanks for having me.
Likewise. It's 3:30 here, Mountain Time, and it's what 10:30 at night. Your time?
Yes. Yeah, 10:30 p.m. But I'm here, keen and ready to go.
Well, we really appreciate your time. Before we dive in, Steve, would just like to do a little promotion on our end. We have, if this is the first time joining us on Waterfed Wednesday, as we mentioned, this is episode 37. So we have 36 other episodes available. Best place to see those is our YouTube channel. It's Tucker _ USA. Catch up on all the episodes there. Also, we want to make mention that November, we have a month-long Black Friday promotion that is here. Huge savings on systems and any gear to help level up your cleaning business. 20% off all month long. And also available with our dealers as well. All right, Steve. Again, we're grateful for your time here. So we want to dive in. We want to know more about you, Steve. Many don't have the privilege that I had to get to know you. So let's get started. Can you tell us about the beginning? How did you first get involved in the solar panel cleaning industry?
Yeah, sure. So I'll go back in time a little bit further just to provide some context. So in the UK, we leave high school at 16. I left school at 16 on a Thursday, and I walked into our tax office on the Friday and registered a window cleaning company with the tax office. So the day after I left school, I had a window cleaning company of my own. That then, over the course of years, progressed into a property cleaning company. I added on services like gutter cleaning, pressure cleaning. I started fitting bird deterrents. I was resealing driveways, so block paved drives, and solidifying the sand to reduce the weed growth. I was recoloring and renovating imprint or pressed concrete drives, and also tarmac sealing as well, or asphalt renovation I was doing. So I developed and expanded my window cleaning company. And then in 2012, I was approached by one of my window cleaning customers to clean their solar panels, and I repeatedly said no to them. And my instincts on saying no was that I was about to spray water onto electricity creating devices with, incidentally, an old metal Tucker pole that I had. So my original water-fed pole system was an old Tucker with the gold-looking poles and the tool to tighten and untighten the clamps. So I knew that potentially mixing water, electricity, and metal was a bad idea. And so I just kept saying no to this customer for a 6-month period. Eventually, I said that, because they said that they couldn't find a solar panel cleaning company. That was their issue. And I said, eventually, you type in the wrong thing into Google, I'll find you a solar panel cleaning company. So I finished work early that day. I went home, tried to find a local solar panel cleaning company, and I couldn't find one. So that kind of kept me awake that night. And the next day, instead of going out cleaning windows, I tried to sit at my computer to find any solar panel cleaning company in the UK that could help my clients. And I couldn't find a single company anywhere. And I spent just over 8, nearly 9 hours sat at my computer doing all sorts of search terms into Google, just trying to find anything that was UK related to solar and to solar panel cleaning. I couldn't find anything. My health and safety questions, I thought, around electrocution were valid. And so I called some companies in California and Spain and Germany who purported to be professional solar panel cleaning companies. I asked them my health and safety questions around electrocution, and said that they'd never thought of it, which blew my mind, to be honest. And so I thought, well, how can no one be thinking about this water and electricity problem? And so that started my journey of education really into the health and safety side of things, the solar panel cleaning. I get to teach it now, as we'll probably go on to discuss, but originally it was to make sure that I was being kept safe on the job myself.
Awesome. A lot to unpack there. So it wasn't going back to you starting the business. I mean, right out of high school, you instantly started stuff. So what intrigued you to go on the path of entrepreneurship versus going to work for someone else?
Well, how do I say this? My parents and my teachers were very much driving me towards university and a college education. They said that you will run through college and walk through university. They said it'd be so easy for you to get a degree in virtually whatever you want. But I just wasn't interested, Alex, in that structured format of learning. I did okay at school, I didn't really try, but I still came out with decent exam results that I've never ever used. They're pieces of paper that have never been important to me. I don't think it was entrepreneurism at first that drove me. It was just the convenience of having that flexibility with a window cleaning company that gave me flexibility to engage in other activities. And then over time, I suppose I started to show my entrepreneurship side when in 1999 I got this new thing called a website, which was very novel in 1999, and people saying, "What have you got?" And I said, "I've got a website to advertise my company," and people were laughing. They said that'll never take off, and I said, "No, I think this is going to be the way the world goes." And it just turned out that the world did go that way. So yeah. I guess I was always looking for something different. I don't know how it's been in the US since the sort of mid-90s, but over here in the UK, you were either a window cleaner or a gutter cleaner or a pressure washer. And so I was very early in adopting, over here at least, sort of joining all those different services together and developing an external property cleaning company instead of just solely a window cleaning company. So I guess there's always been an inherent sort of trail of entrepreneurship in me, but I never used to think of it that way. And it's only quite recently, really, that I am happy to be referred to as an entrepreneur. And I guess because I've got 7 different solar related companies, all doing different things within the solar industry as a whole, I call myself now a solarpreneur. So a little bit different, a bit of a spin on an entrepreneur. I'm a solarpreneur. I make businesses within the whole of the solar industry doing various things.
Awesome. Another thing I caught in there that from the start, you were, instead of like many window cleaners, including myself, when I used to clean, solar panels, sure, because I have a water fed pole. I would go up there, no questions asked. But you really took an interest early on in the safety aspect of it. So going into kind of a question I want to ask, for those that are newer to solar panel cleaning or maybe cleaning in general, what are some of those dangers that are going unnoticed that you caught on early on?
Yeah, I mean, it's basic science that water and electricity generally are not bedfellows with each other. There's lots of activities within the solar industry that require training, require certification. For example, to be a solar installer, you need to be an electrician, plus you need to have done additional solar qualifications, and you need to have extra training, even though you're a fully qualified electrician. The majority of solar installation work is done, 95 to 98% of it is done, while the system is not even energized. Yet we are working on 100% energized systems. Not only we're working on live electricity, but we're actually spraying water onto live electricity for a living. So I think there's the basic science that people overlook. And then there's also this myth that they can go around turning the solar panels off. They see big red knobs by the inverter or big black knobs by the inverter, and they think, well, if I go around turning those knobs off, I guess I'm turning the solar panels off. And that's not true either. So they are, I think, the 2 biggest things that people overlook. Solar panels can't be turned off. As long as there is light, they're energized. And it's underestimated as well. And I've had recent conversations with some Australian solar panel cleaners, experienced solar panel cleaners as well, who didn't know that the work is classified as live electrical work. And that carries, extra barriers and extra health and safety measures that you need to do, because in the majority of instances, when you're doing electrical work, you can power down the system. And that's not the case with solar. So you're doing live electricity work. That's a risk that people don't think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I didn't think of those things. And that's what you hear. Big myths of solars, you can shut that off. But you're absolutely correct. I mean, it's harnessing the power of the sun, right? At all times while you're out cleaning. So it makes absolute sense that no, you cannot shut that off. Just checking in. We got our good friend Manuel checking in. Absolutely right. Safety first. That was something that we'll talk about the solar panel cleaning convention here in a little bit, but I was able to attend last year, and it was such an eye-opening experience of all the things that you just did not think of, as far as also the output or the possibility of getting shocked. When the first panel, there isn't that much voltage, but by the time you get to the end, the power that's in that could kill you. Was amazing to me. And no one knows these things because they just think there's, when they first get in, $5 a panel or $6, whatever they put on there, that's all they think, right? So
everything is driven around price. It's all, how much should I charge? It's not how much should you charge the customer, it's how much can the solar panels charge you. That's the question that people should really be thinking about. How much charge can the solar panels put into you? No one ever thinks about that bit. They want to think about the money elements. And there's lots of things that we teach through ISCA and will be taught at the convention of the stages. There is a route into this industry. It doesn't start from window cleaning to solar panel cleaning. It starts from window cleaning to understanding the risks, to understanding the PPE that you need to wear so that you're ready to clean your first solar panel. You can't just jump in a car and drive down the freeway with no lessons. You're not allowed to do that. You have to have some sort of education before you get behind the wheel. And that's the thing that we try and teach as ISCA is you have to get trained before you go out and clean your first panel, because I've trained over 1,100 people now through ISCA. I've been teaching the training for nearly 10 years, and not a single person has sat down and done the ISCA training and come at the end of it and said, I didn't learn anything. I was already wearing all that PPE. You taught me nothing. Out of 1,100 people that we've educated, 1,100 people have sat down and said, I had no idea about this PPE. So this is a big part of what we do is the education.
Yeah. So anytime we see going on Facebook and we're looking through these solar panel groups, cleaning groups, and we often see them, they're proudly putting these pictures or these videos up of them cleaning. So when you think of those, what are some of those common safety mistakes that you're seeing these companies or these individuals doing when they're up there broadcasting to the world how they're cleaning?
So I'm British, and I fully understand that laws vary across the world. I actually have an extremely good understanding of global standards of health and safety. I've studied, for example, for the South Africa ISCA training. The rules in South Africa are different to the UK, they're different to the US. So I understand South Africa health and safety, the Safe Work Australia guidelines, OSHA, EU OSHA, HSE here in the UK. They all have variances, but the broad message is the same, is that if you're working at height above a certain height, be that 6 feet, 2 meters, whatever it is in your local area, you have to put fall protection measures in place. And that's the same whether it's residential or commercial. It doesn't matter if you're working on a residential property. As soon as you're going above a certain height, you need to have some form of fall protection in place. That then opens up a whole two cans of worms, really. That opens people say, well, my customers won't pay the money for either scaffolding or MUPS or boom lifts. People say, well, my customer won't pay. And then the other thing is they say, well, OSHA doesn't apply to me because I'm a one-man operator. OSHA only applies if I've got employees. Well, my answer to that is the last time I checked, gravity affects everybody equally all over the world, whether you're in South Africa, Australia, or America. And also electricity doesn't care which country you're in. So the principles of your local health and safety body may not be the driving force behind you working safely. It should be the fact that you want to go home to your family and be protected from either a fall from height or an electrocution. So you can take your pick out of which one of those is more serious. Both can and do kill people. So it's a case of figuring out what's your individual motivator for making sure that you're working safely and also within the confines of your local laws and regulations.
Yeah, absolutely correct. I mean, just because you're a one-man show doesn't mean gravity doesn't affect you. I know there is one person that in the past year I saw on Facebook, constantly showing pictures of himself walking on the roofs, and one of the mentality, it won't affect me, doesn't affect me. Well, I think it was last summer, that person didn't realize where they were at on the roof, and they one step backwards and they fell right off, and landed them in the hospital for a long time. And maybe they're getting back to work now after several months. So unfortunately,
it can happen. It can happen to anyone. I mean, I teach this for a living about solar panel cleaning, health and safety, but I've gone on public record, and I'm happy to do it again, is I've been electrocuted twice since I've been solar panel cleaning. So I know from first-hand experience how much this can hurt. I was lucky and I got away with it because in both times it was in relatively low light levels. But if you're working on a Californian roof, even on a residential property, there is enough electricity and voltage flowing through those panels to do you a serious injury and kill you. And people need to understand that, you are creating a pathway directly into your body when you've got water in a water-fed pole in your hand. There's no two ways about it. Science says that that's what you're doing. So when you understand that, you have to put the measures in place.
Absolutely. So when it comes to creating a culture of safety, what do you think what steps can a small business owner take right now to make their team safer?
One of the things that I find, and I know that Mike Draper is an excellent advocate for safety. I think that's the name of his program, actually. So that was nice wording from me. But yeah, I mean, people like Mike, people like myself, we come across this, that people don't know what a JHA is, for instance, a job hazard analysis, and people don't know what that document is. They don't know how to create one of those documents. But I think if I could give my advice to anyone initially, sit down and find out what a JHA is, and then try and write your own. And it's probably going to have holes all through it, and that's fine. And then get around someone like Mike, get around someone like ISCA and an organization like ISCA. We will educate you on how to make your JHA better. If your JHA is good, that can be the seed that spreads the safety culture throughout the whole of your company, because then you've got something documented that people can refer back to time and time again to say, am I working safe? What does this document tell me what the hazards are or what my safe working methods are? And if people understand that as just a starting point, then it will lead you down the route of buying safe equipment, getting the right training. Everything starts from that one core document, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So switching to talking about the technologies in the industry, how do you see the technology, the robots, the monitoring systems, the PPE improvements? How do you see that changing the landscape over the next few years?
I think if you rewind the clock 5 years, there was no real solar panel cleaning training for places like America, South Africa, Australia, all these growing solar markets. They're red hot markets, they are booming solar industries in those countries, and there are many others as well. So if you rewind the clock, there was no training. now that health and safety training specifically for solar panel cleaning is available, I now say to people that the training is there, but the discipline isn't. So people have access to the information, they can get trained, but that's no guarantee that they're going to go out and buy the correct working equipment, that they're not going to go out and buy the correct PPE. So I think one of the biggest advances may not actually be in form of technology. I'm hoping that one of the big advances we see is in people's attitude. They have to realize that they need to get better at their job, and getting better at the job doesn't involve blowing 40 grand on a robot necessarily. So that's one take. And then if we're talking in terms of the robot technology and where I see that going, I think that AI and GPS combined will rapidly progress the solar panel cleaning robot world. I would love to clean a 4 megawatt Amazon system on a roof once manually with my robot, and then take that same robot back to that same site 6 months later. The robot will pick up from satellite, oh, I'm on Amazon and I know that I need to clean in this pattern. And that would reduce, labor time. It would reduce the potential for accidents as well. So there's lots of testing that would need to be done to get robots to that point. Instead of it being a semi-automatic operation, it can become much more automated by combining AI and GPS. And I think that is the next phase of robot technological advancement.
Yeah, that'd be very cool to see. So I want to get into the ISCA and the convention that's coming up. So obviously you're heavily involved with the International Solar Cleaning Academy. For anyone who hasn't heard of it, what is it exactly, and what is the mission of ISCA?
Sure. So ISCA is a safety education and training body. So we are most famous for our certified solar panel cleaner course. That's the one where we certify people in various countries to be a solar panel cleaner. The aim of that course is to take someone with no knowledge to become everything that they need to be 100% safe, protected from electrocution in the workplace. That's the whole thrust of that course. So for roughly the price of a residential clean in the States, $250, you can become a certified solar panel cleaner. If you want to advance your knowledge even further and become more specialized in your knowledge, then this year we've released a PV fire safety course. I'm always researching the next thing, Alex. I'm always looking to advance my personal knowledge. And as soon as I find something that I think the wider industry needs to know, then I'm looking to turn that into an education course. So the PV fire safety course is good because it helps us realize as solar panel cleaners that we can actually be contributing to solar fires after we've left site. And the explanations why we can potentially be doing that is quite interesting. So that's if you're looking to really advance your knowledge further than just the surface. We also do business development, business training. So for example, we do one course, which is I could take a postman. They could buy the business in a box training course through ISCA. I fly anywhere in the world and sit with that person for a 7-day period. And literally everything that I know about building a solar panel cleaning business is given to them. We do both the ISCA trainings. We do document creation. We do JHA creation. We can build your brand. We can design the website. We can get your company registered. I can show you what software you need to use in order to have an efficient system where your customers contact you through the website. That can automatically get logged into a CRM. We've got routing software that we can show to people. And, I've been in the industry now for 14 years, and I've learned everything the hard way because there was no training program back in 2012. If I could have paid $9,000 to learn what I know now, and I could have paid that to somebody else, I would have taken a loan out, and I would have paid that person to go get that knowledge because it's invaluable. And so, I can really sit down with people and take a partly built business and put rocket boosters on it, or I can take a business that doesn't exist, and by the end of the week, they've got a fully functioning business with the LLC documents back from the business office there in the US. We can get those documents back in a week. We can have all of the business document creation that they need, all the health and safety processes, all the internal processes, all the wage structure, all how to price jobs, what vehicles to buy, what equipment to buy. There is no stone unturned, and I won't leave until everybody has every question answered if they're going to buy that package. So there's all sorts of ways that we can help people via paid forms. And then if people join up through the ISCA website and become free members, they have access to our news articles. Some of the news articles are free. Others sit behind a premium paywall. Anything that takes me longer than 25 hours to research, so any one article that takes me longer than 25 hours to research, I will put behind the premium wall, because I believe I should be paid for my time that I've invested in building that article. That's one reason. But usually they are more business development articles rather than basic articles.
Right.
So there's free information available on the ISCA website. There's paid information that can come in the form of education via the news articles. It can come in form of training courses that they can do online. We do in-person training events all over the world, and also the business in a box, where we take someone with no knowledge and build the whole business with them and for them. So there's lots of different options there, depending on what people's budgets and ambitions are.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, because someone can, as they stumble, trying to build their own business without any guidance, they can spend that on something that doesn't get them any lick of business. So makes great amount of sense.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, sorry to interject, Alex, the thing
Sure.
is as well, the $9,000 business in a box package, it sounds a lot of money, $9,000, and I appreciate that it is a lot of money. But when you think about the downtime that you can suffer trying to figure your way around a job when you're on site, you're losing money the longer a job takes you to do. The variance in prices of the robots now, there's not just one robot brand available, there's multiple brands available. If it is that you buy the wrong robot for your particular needs, well, that again will cost you money, and that will cost you money quite quickly as well. So by spending the money on the front end, knowing that every step you make for the next 3 years following your business plan will help you develop your systems and buy the right robot and buy the right equipment, and also crucially buy it at the right time, the return on the initial $9,000 investment comes back to you in terms of efficiency on job, efficiency in the office, and making sure that you're buying the correct equipment for your particular business needs as well.
Absolutely amazing. I want to get into the convention, because that's just right around the corner.
Yep.
Next week. So you have the solar panel cleaning convention coming up. The dates are November the 12th through the 14th, correct?
Correct, yeah.
So what can attendees expect at this year's event?
So this year's event is bigger and better than last year's event, which is a very cliche thing to say, but it is true. We have more attendees this time than we did this time last year. We certainly have more exhibitors showing their products than we did this time last year. We have an extra day. The event last year was a 2-day event. This year it's a 3-day event. So the power washers of North America, the PWNA, have kindly asked to get involved in the solar cleaning convention this year. So they have a full day of classes that are being delivered on the 12th. They will be covering residential rooftop safety, drone safety, and water-fed pole safety. So that's on the 12th. People need to register through the PWNA website for that on the 12th. When you buy your ticket for the convention, you will have access to those classes, but you need to register so that they can account for things like your lunch and other things like that. And then on the 13th, we have the main education day. We've got speakers from various parts of the US and various parts of Europe and various parts of the world, all speaking on many different topics. Not everything is safety related. Some things are related to water purification. We've got 2 very interesting panels lined up. One will be discussing how to make water-fed poles safer. We've got a number of CEOs. Some fella called Sean Gavin is on that panel as well. I don't know if you've heard of him. So Sean is kindly giving us some of his time to sit on that panel. So that promises to be, a very, very interesting panel. How do we see the next generation of water-fed poles being electrically safer? the wording is crucial. I didn't say electrically safe, electrically safe. I don't think we will ever get an electrically safe panel, but we can certainly get electrically safe poles, but we can certainly get safer water-fed poles. So that promises to be good. And then also we've got Ryan DeHoop. He's going to be leading a panel on robots. So we've got people that have got 4 different brands of solar panel cleaning robot on a panel, and they're going to talk about the pros and cons of their robot, which will educate the audience. You know, we're not there to promote a particular brand of robot. We're there to talk honestly and truthfully about, this is the good bits of my robot, this is the terrible bits of my robot, and then everybody will go away with a better idea of what's what. So both those panels, I think, are going to be very informative to the listeners. I think it's very unusual that we get the likes of Sean, Alex Lambrinides, Steve Blythe around the same table, you know, to talk openly and honestly about that topic. That's not an easy feat, I don't think. And then also to get 4 different robot manufacturers to be compared side by side by users, that's not an easy feat to pull off either. So we've got some really promising sessions. And then also at the end of the day, we've got what is the global hot topic of AI being discussed at the convention this year. So first of all, what is AI? And then secondly, how we can integrate AI into our solar panel cleaning businesses. So that promises to be a very interesting topic as well. Awesome.
Who would you say that the convention is designed for? Are we talking just the solar panel cleaners themselves, large O&M companies, maybe just people new into solar cleaning?
So there's a phrase that I think people will hear more and more of, which is the water people. The water people are the window cleaners, the roof cleaners, the pressure washers, and the solar panel cleaners. These are people that all use larger volumes of water for their work. And we all kind of have crossover points as well. It's possible that a power washing company could do some window cleaning. It's possible a window cleaning company could do some solar cleaning. It's possible a solar cleaning company could do some power washing. So the Elevate Convention is a combination of the IWCA and the PWNA, which is going to be held in February in Orlando. And the Solar Panel Cleaning Convention kind of fits all 3 of those together. We want to bring in the window cleaners, bring in the pressure washers, bring in the solar panel cleaners. And really throughout the day, Alex, it doesn't matter if you're thinking about getting into solar panel cleaning, there's going to be something there for you. If you're 2 or 3 years into your business, there's going to be something there for you. And even if you're 10 years into the business, there's going to be something there for you. I've been doing this for 14 years, and there's items on that convention program that I don't know about. So I will be sitting with my ears wide open to certain parts of it as well. So we try to organize the convention in such a way that it appeals to everybody in terms of their experience, and also the multiple industries. The window cleaners will understand what it is that we're on about. The power washing people will understand what it is that we're on about. And we're not going to lose the interest and the attention of the solar cleaners, because there's going to be something there that they need to learn as well. Yeah. So it's a very methodically planned program to make sure that we are covering all levels of experience across 3 or 4 different industries.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Just noticing the time, it's just after 4 o'clock here. So probably what 11 o'clock your time at night. Yeah. So before we wrap up, where can I'm guessing there's still opportunities for people to get tickets, correct?
Yes, there are. Yeah. So if people visit the website, solarpanelcleaningconvention.com, easy to remember. On there, we've got the full venue details. We've got a list of all the exhibitors. We've got the full schedule. There's plenty of opportunities and plenty of click-through buttons that they can buy the tickets. So there are tickets still available. The one thing that I've not mentioned, if I can speak about it briefly, on the night time of the 13th is the ISCA Awards. So we ran it for the first time 12 months ago. We did a European version in June, and this is turning into a flagship event for solar panel cleaners. There's a lot of competition, or there's getting to be a lot of competition for certain categories of awards. We're recognizing the best residential clean of the year, the best commercial clean of the year, the young solar cleaner of the year, We've got the Jason Knight Safety Award. So we've named the Safety Award after, Jason Knight with his window cleaning accident and his subsequent education that he's trying to do with the water-fed pole industry. So we've named an award after Jason, and we're honoured to have done that. We've got the Global Solar Cleaning Contractor of the Year award. So again, we're trying to appeal to all ages, all experience levels within the industry, and that will be held at Tom's Watch Bar in the New York Hotel and Casino on Las Vegas Strip. So we try not to spare any expenses. We try to make that a really good, enjoyable event. It's got an open bar. It's got hot food, unlimited hot food there. So we try to make sure that's a thoroughly enjoyable event. And for hopefully those that are not hungover from that event, then on the 14th, on the last day of the convention, we've got both of the ISCA courses will be presented. So people will walk away with 2 certifications at the end of the convention as well. For people that did the training last year that don't think they need to do it this year, they do, because there's additional PPE changes in this year's version of the training. So about 3 months ago, we made an adjustment in the PPE section, and there's a whole new section on new items of PPE that need to be brought along onto job sites. So yeah, it's action packed, Alex. It's going to be very busy. I will deserve a whiskey at the end of it. It takes up an inordinate amount of my time. Yeah. I spend literally months organizing this event. I get very little financial reward from it, if any, but I'm not in it for that. I'm in it for the knowledge of knowing that I am hopefully building a legacy, which I will leave behind as somebody who made our industry safer. And that is my chief motivating factor behind why I do what I do, is I want people to go home safe. And I think the convention hopefully is a real unifying event that will bring people together from all over the world. They'll learn their industry better. They'll be able to apply their trade better. They'll be able to go home and make more money as a result. And they'll be able to go and work safer as a result of attending that event as well. That's my hope and ambition.
Yeah. Oh, I had the privilege of going last year, and it was a truly great experience, especially being able to sit in on all the education. Definitely worthwhile for anyone thinking about getting into solar, or already has an existing business. Please, if you have the time, do take this opportunity to go there, get educated. Also, the awards night was a great event, and a great opportunity for you to network with others around the world, how they're doing their business. And so great opportunities there. And I recall at the end, you talked about it. It's really a tribe that you've made, a community that does expand the globe. So very well worth it. Absolutely.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Alex. Yeah.
Well, thank you again for your time. We really appreciate you joining us from across the pond. And just as a reminder for everyone, thank you all for joining us today. And if you're watching this later, whenever it is, we appreciate it. As always, you can catch up on all our previous episodes, as I mentioned before, on YouTube. Also, just wanted to make a last push for this. We have our month-long promotion, our Black Friday deals for any of your window cleaning or solar panel cleaning needs. We have it there available at tuckerusa.com. So thank you to everyone. Thank you, Steve, for joining us this week. And we look forward to seeing you all at another time. Take care.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely.